Have you ever looked at a map of the world and felt a pull towards the unknown? A place not yet crowded with postcards and souvenirs, a name that hums with a history you haven't yet learned. For many, that name is Angola. A vast expanse on the southwestern coast of Africa, it holds stories that are as deep as the Atlantic that crashes upon its shores. We often think we know a place by its headlines, by the echoes of a past conflict. But what if the true story is found not in the ink of newspapers, but in the smiles of its people, the thunder of its waterfalls, and the quiet dignity of its ancient landscapes? What if everything you thought you knew was just the beginning of a question? This is not a simple story of a vacation. It is a journey into the heart of resilience, a nation that has walked through fire and emerged, not unscathed, but with a spirit forged in the heat of its history. Imagine a place where the vibrant pulse of a modern city meets the timeless rhythm of the village drum, where a coastline stretching for 1,000 miles offers solitude and spectacle in equal measure. This is Angola. To understand Angola, you must first understand its geography. It is a canvas of immense scale and variety, painted by the forces of nature over millennia. To the west, the Atlantic Ocean stretches out, a vast blue frontier that has shaped the nation's destiny for centuries. This coastline, over 1,600 kilometers long, is a dramatic line where the arid earth meets the endless water. It is a place of stark, breathtaking beauty, where cool sea breezes provide relief from the heat of the interior. As you move inland from the coast, the land begins to rise. It ascends into a series of plateaus, vast tablelands that form the heart of the country. This is the Planalto, the Central Highlands, where the air is cooler and the earth is fertile. Here, great rivers are born, carving their way through the landscape like arteries, giving life to the body of the nation. These rivers, including the mighty Kwanzaa, flow outwards in all directions, feeding the soil, shaping the terrain, and providing pathways for both wildlife and humans. In the north, the dense, humid rainforests of the Congo Basin spill over, creating a world of impenetrable green and staggering biodiversity. To the south and southeast, the landscape transforms yet again. Here the land becomes drier, more sparse, eventually surrendering to the sands of the Kalahari Desert. This geographical tapestry has provided the immense natural resources, diamonds, oil, iron ore, that have both blessed and cursed the nation throughout its history. From the cool Benguela current in the ocean to the hot, dry winds of the desert, the land itself is a character in this drama, a silent, powerful force shaping everything. The story of Angola is ancient, its roots reaching deep into the soil of time, long before the first European ships appeared on the horizon. Early inhabitants, the Khoisan peoples, were hunter-gatherers who lived in harmony with this vast land. Their presence is still felt today, whispered in ancient rock art found in caves and on cliffs depicting hunts and rituals. Later, the Great Bantu migration swept across the continent, bringing with them new languages, iron-working skills, and agricultural practices. They established powerful states, like the Kingdom of Congo and the Ndongo Kingdom, creating complex societies with rich traditions. This world was irrevocably changed in the late 15th century. Portuguese explorers, led by Diogo Cao, arrived on the coast, planting a stone pillar to mark their claim. What began as trade soon descended into one of history's most tragic chapters, the transatlantic slave trade. For nearly 400 years, Angola became a primary source for this brutal enterprise, its people captured and shipped away to the Americas. This history left a deep and painful scar on the nation's soul, a wound that shaped its identity and its relationship with the outside world for generations to come. The 20th century brought a new kind of struggle. After centuries of colonial rule, the desire for self-determination ignited a fire across the land. A long and arduous war for independence began, a fight for freedom that lasted for over a decade. Angola finally achieved its independence in 1975, but the celebration was tragically short-lived. The nation was plunged into a devastating civil war, a proxy battleground for Cold War superpowers that tore families apart and ravaged the country for 27 long years. Peace finally came in 2002. This is the Angola we find today, a nation in the midst of a great healing, where the physical and emotional scars of war are overlaid with the vibrant colors of reconstruction and hope. To feel the heartbeat of Angola, you must listen to its music. It is more than just sound. It is the nation's collective soul made audible. The rhythms are complex, infectious, and deeply rooted in the country's history of struggle and celebration. The most iconic of these is Semba, the dance and music genre that is the very essence of Angolan identity. With its graceful, intricate steps and joyful energy, Semba is a dance of connection, a story told between two partners. It is the predecessor to the Brazilian samba, a cultural gift carried across the Atlantic during the darkest of times, a rhythm that could not be enslaved. Emerging from the urban neighborhoods, or museques, of Luanda, came kizomba. This is a slower, more sensual dance, its name meaning party in the Kimbundu language. Kizomba's evolution reflects the changing social landscape of Angola, a modern rhythm that has now captivated dancers all over the world. And then there is kuduro, which translates to hard ass. It is an explosive, high-energy fusion of electronic beats and traditional Angolan dance, a sound of the youth born from the ashes of the Civil War. It is defiant, raw, and unapologetically alive, a sonic declaration of survival and resilience. Music is woven into the fabric of daily existence. You hear it spilling out of open doorways in the busy city streets, from car stereos stuck in traffic, and from small radios in rural villages. It is the soundtrack to life's biggest moments, weddings, baptisms, and funerals, and its smallest ones, like sharing a meal or relaxing at the end of a long day. On a weekend evening, you will find people of all ages gathering to dance, from grandparents teaching toddlers the basic steps of Semba to teenagers showing off the latest kuduro moves. It is in these moments of shared movement and music that you can truly see the spirit of Angola, vibrant, unbreakable, and full of life's enduring rhythm. Luanda. The name itself sounds like a promise. It is Angola's capital, a city of dazzling, almost dizzying contradictions. Here, gleaming modern skyscrapers funded by the nation's oil wealth rise up along the bay, their glass facades reflecting the blue of the sky and the ocean. The Marginal, a beautifully renovated seaside promenade, curves along the water's edge, where families stroll, joggers run, and the city comes to breathe. It feels like a vision of the future, a clean, orderly, and prosperous metropolis looking out towards the world. Just behind the shimmering skyline lies another reality, the museques. These are the sprawling, informal neighborhoods where the majority of the city's population lives. Here, life unfolds with a different energy, a vibrant, chaotic, and resilient spirit. The streets are a hive of activity, with vendors selling everything from fresh produce to mobile phone credit, children playing soccer in dusty alleyways, and the sounds of Semba and kuduro music filling the air. It is in the museques that you find the true, unfiltered pulse of the city, a testament to the ingenuity and perseverance of its people. The city is a living museum of its own complex history. You can see it in the colonial architecture of the Baixa, the old downtown district, where pastel-colored Portuguese buildings with wrought iron balconies stand as faded but beautiful reminders of a bygone era. You can feel it at the fortress of São Miguel, a formidable stone structure that has watched over the bay for centuries, once a center of the slave trade, and now housing the Museum of the Armed Forces. These historical landmarks stand in quiet dialogue with the new, modern structures, creating a cityscape that is a collage of different eras, each with its own story to tell. Despite the traffic, the inequality, and the challenges of a rapidly growing mega-city, Luanda possesses an undeniable charm and a powerful energy. It is a city of survivors and dreamers, a place where fortunes can be made and lost, and where the hope for a better future is a palpable force. It is the economic and cultural heart of the nation, the engine driving Angola forward. To experience Luanda is to experience the full spectrum of modern Angola, its aspirations, its struggles, its history, and its relentless forward-looking momentum. It is a city that doesn't just welcome you, it challenges you, engages you, and ultimately captivates you. Traveling south from the hustle of Luanda, the landscape begins to change, and so does the pace of life. You arrive in Benguela, a city with a different soul. While Luanda is about ambition and the future, Benguela feels more rooted in its history and its natural surroundings. It is a place of quiet charm, with wide, acacia-lined avenues and well-preserved colonial architecture that speaks of its past as a major trading post. The atmosphere here is more laid back, more relaxed. The city seems to have found a comfortable harmony between its past and its present, offering a welcome respite from the capital's intensity. The true magic of this region lies just outside the city, along the coast. Here you will find some of the most stunning and dramatic beaches in all of Africa. At Baia Farta and Baia Azul, vast stretches of golden sand meet the turquoise waters of the Atlantic. These are not the crowded beaches of popular tourist resorts. They are wild, expansive, and often you can have a huge swath of paradise all to yourself. The iconic multicolored cliffs of Praia da Morena add a painterly quality to the scenery, their layers of red, yellow, and white rock telling a geological story millions of years in the making. This is a coastline of dramatic encounters. It is here that the edge of the Namib Desert, one of the oldest deserts in the world, comes down to kiss the cool waters of the Atlantic Ocean. This rare and beautiful meeting of two extreme environments creates landscapes of surreal beauty. Enormous sand dunes plunge directly into the sea, a sight that feels both impossible and profoundly elemental. This unique environment creates a rich marine ecosystem, supported by the nutrient-rich Benguela Current that flows up from Antarctica. This cold current supports vast populations of fish, which in turn attract sea turtles, dolphins, and even whales during their migration season. The fishing communities that dot this coastline have a deep and ancient connection to the sea, their lives governed by its tides and its bounty. To visit Benguela and its coast is to witness a powerful and beautiful dialogue between the land, the sea, and the people who live in their embrace. Deep in the interior of Malanja province lies a natural wonder that is the pride of Angola, the Kalandula Falls. Known during the colonial era as the Duque de Bragança Falls, their renaming was a powerful act of reclaiming national identity. As you approach, long before you see them, you can feel their presence. A low, persistent rumble grows into a deafening roar, and a fine mist hangs in the air, creating a microclimate of lush greenery that stands in contrast to the surrounding savanna. This is one of Africa's largest waterfalls by volume, a spectacle of raw, untamed power that leaves you humbled and awestruck. The Lucala River, gathering strength as it flows across the central plateau, arrives at a precipice and throws itself over a horseshoe-shaped cliff, more than 100 meters high and 400 meters wide. The sheer volume of water creates a scene of breathtaking chaos and beauty. During the rainy season, the falls are a furious brown torrent, a display of nature's immense force. In the dry season, the flow is gentler, separating into dozens of individual cascades that veil the dark rock face behind them. No matter the season, the view is mesmerizing, a constantly changing masterpiece of moving water. Standing at the viewpoint on the canyon's edge, you can appreciate the sheer scale of the falls. The water crashes into the pool below, sending plumes of spray high into the air, which catch the sunlight and create perpetual rainbows in the mist. The sound is all-encompassing, a thunderous roar that seems to vibrate through your entire body, drowning out all other thoughts. It is a deeply meditative experience, a moment to connect with a force of nature so immense that it puts our own lives and concerns into perspective. It feels like you are listening to the very heartbeat of the earth. But Kalandula is more than just a tourist attraction. It is a symbol. For Angolans, these falls represent the strength, power, and resilience of their nation. Like the river that feeds them, the country has navigated a long and difficult path, and like the falls themselves, its spirit remains powerful and unbroken. Visiting Kalandula is a pilgrimage to the natural heart of Angola. It is a place of immense beauty, but also of profound significance, a reminder that even after periods of stillness, the river of life will always find its way forward, culminating in something spectacular and full of life. Just a short drive south of Luanda lies a place of profound hope, Kisama National Park. This vast expanse of savanna, forest, and wetlands is the setting for one of Africa's most ambitious and inspiring conservation stories. During the long years of the Civil War, the park's wildlife was almost completely decimated. The great herds of elephants, buffalo, and antelope that once roamed here vanished, victims of poaching and the conflict. By the end of the war, Kasama was a beautiful park, but it was an empty one, a silent kingdom without its subjects. But then, something remarkable happened. In 2001, in a groundbreaking initiative called Operation Noah's Ark, conservationists from Angola and South Africa came together to give the park a second chance. In a massive translocation effort, animals were airlifted from the healthy populations of Botswana and South Africa. Elephants, giraffes, zebras, wildebeest, and other species were carefully transported and released into their new home in Kasama. It was a bold and audacious plan, an ark of hope for a wounded ecosystem and a powerful symbol of post-war renewal. Today, that hope has borne fruit. The park is thriving. The transplanted animals have not only survived, they have adapted and bred, and their populations are growing. To go on a safari in Kasama is to witness the results of this incredible conservation success story. Seeing a herd of elephants moving gracefully through the bush, or a tower of giraffes silhouetted against the setting sun, is more than just a wildlife sighting. It is a moving testament to the possibility of restoration, proof that with dedication and collaboration, we can help nature to heal its deepest wounds. The park's landscape itself is a wonder, stretching from the banks of the mighty Kwanza River to the shores of the Atlantic. This diversity of habitat supports a rich array of bird life, making it a paradise for birdwatchers. Driving through the park, you feel a sense of peace and wildness returning to the land. Kasama is more than just a national park. It is a living symbol of Angola's own journey. It is a story of recovery, of resilience, and of the quiet, determined effort to rebuild what was lost. It is a kingdom reborn, a place where the giants have returned. Our journey through Angola is coming to a close, but the story is far from over. We have seen a land of breathtaking contrasts, from the modern pulse of Luanda to the ancient roar of Kalandula Falls. We have tasted its history in a bowl of muamba and felt its soul in the rhythm of semba. We have witnessed the quiet dignity of its people and the hopeful return of its wildlife. Angola is a country that defies easy definition. It is a complex, beautiful, and deeply moving place that reveals its secrets slowly, rewarding those who come with an open heart and a curious mind. This is a nation on the move, a place that is looking forward without forgetting the difficult path it has walked. The dust of the past has not yet fully settled, but in that dust, you can see the footprints of a people walking determinedly towards a brighter future. The invitation to visit Angola is an invitation to witness this transformation firsthand. It is a chance to be a part of a story of renewal, to see a country not as a headline, but as a home to millions of people filled with warmth, generosity, and an unbreakable spirit. The world is full of well-trodden paths, but the greatest adventures are often found on the roads less traveled. Angola is one of those roads. It offers not just a vacation, but an education. It challenges your perceptions, expands your understanding, and leaves an indelible mark on your soul. The journey here is a reminder that the most rewarding experiences are those that connect us to the shared human story of struggle, resilience, and hope. It is a story that is still being written, and you have the chance to read its newest chapters. Now, the journey continues, and the next destination is up to you. Where should we explore next? What hidden corners of the world hold stories that need to be told? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what places spark your curiosity. And if this journey through Angola has moved you, please like this video, share it with others who seek adventure, and subscribe to our channel for more stories from our incredible world. The road awaits.